party.
Mais quoi? Mais quoi?
Bah, je t'ai pointé, t'es là.
What's popping too? What's popping you too? Sankya here. You know what the fuck going on? I feel like I haven't filmed an episode in like ages. I don't know why I feel like that. Probably because I haven't filmed an episode in ages. I've been so busy with like a lot of shit going on. But I will never give up YouTube. Y'all know, you know the vibes. Like even if I'm late with an episode or whatever, like I'm always coming back. I'm always coming back. Okay, so here I am back with another video for y'all. Today's video is going to be again for the ladies. Y'all know how I root for my ladies, you know what I'm saying? I don't know yet how I'm gonna name this video because it's kind of particular, but I wanted to cover a specific subject, which is you having like not a side piece, I don't want to say side piece, but you having somebody that you talk to but that you're not exclusive with, you know what I mean? Like kind of a boo, but not an actual boo. It's your boo, but it's not your boo, you know what I mean? I don't want to call it entanglement because that word is just overused, you know what I mean? But I just want to tell you guys what to expect whenever you get into something but you're not actually exclusive with the person, what's gonna happen, how you might feel, and how to react to certain situations, because I have found myself in that situation many times, more than I ever would have liked to. But there is no manual to, you know, learn how to deal with niggas or learn how to be in a relationship or to be in a semi-relationship or stuff like that. With the knowledge that I have, I just want to come and, I don't want to say educate, but like share what I have been through, and you know, just to give you guys an idea of what you might be getting into. And I'm talking solely from experience. Like you guys know, I never talk about shit I don't know. I always make sure to come with facts. So I'm gonna talk to you guys based on what I have lived. I know some niggas watch my videos, I can only talk on a lady's perspective, but I think it can also be a learning experience for niggas. Like I'm basically talking about my feelings, so it might be applicable to anybody. I don't want to talk too much. I just want to get into this video right quick, clean, and easy, you know? So if you want to know what to expect when you know you're fucking with somebody whose presence you enjoy and whose dick or vagina you enjoy, but you don't want to be in a relationship with them, please keep on watching. So first thing that I'm gonna say that sounds really stupid and that's clearly stating the obvious is he will see other girls. You are not his girlfriend. And I feel like we often, like, we get into some shit and we kind of forget like the original principle. And it's easy to forget, like when you get into shit, feelings deep into that shit, like you kind of forget that originally it was not to be with that person, you know, it was just a sex or just enjoying each other's company. You're not with them. They will see other people. From experience, I feel like there's always somebody that's gonna end up catching feelings, or there's always somebody who's gonna feel maybe a bit more than the other about the other person. It's rare to find that somebody who is at the same level of life, I'm gonna say like at the same level of experience, and who you meet exactly when the right moment is and you guys don't catch feelings for each other. Like that's kind of rare, but you cannot forget that you do not belong to that person. Like it's when you start forgetting that they're not yours that everything starts being complicated and shit. Like I said, it's very rare that you're gonna find that person who is gonna click with right away and who is gonna be in the same space as you and who's gonna be able to provide you exactly what you need without any complications, you know, dick with no complications. Drake said it. It's very hard to find that person. Once you find them, it's then complicated to just remain on that same line, you know what I mean? But please do not forget that they do not belong to you. Second thing is probably my favorite, you will get jealous, okay? And when you do get jealous, you gotta do it in silence. You gotta do it in your corner. You gotta cry in silence. And I'm a professional at doing that. Like I literally will cry myself to sleep without anybody knowing. Not my mama, not my sister, not my friends, nobody. And when I get my feelings hurt like that, I am not a pleasant person to be with, like at all. The secret is, and it's easier said than done, like I know it's mad fucking hard to apply, but it's to not see shit around that person as a competition. Meaning that you fucking with him and you guys have your moments or whatever. You get to text him, you get to, you know, do whatever, whenever, but you cannot see the other girls that he's around with as a competition. At least if you do see them as a competition, don't let nobody see you sweat. You don't want nobody to be able to talk about you or what you got going on. So don't be making tweets. Don't be sending shots. Don't be putting up pictures and shit like that. Like, you know, girls love to gossip, right? They love to have some shit to talk about. So basically, as soon as you open that door, you just give that opportunity to so many women, so many bitter people to just talk about your shit and just have something to say about what's personal to you. And we don't want that shit. None of that ghetto shit ever. So like I said, if you shouldn't, but if you do get jealous about some shit, you cannot let it show. You cannot make a scene. You are not his girlfriend. He is not your boyfriend. And it's important that at first, when you guys, you know, set boundaries to begin with, or just basically make sure that you're on the same space, basically, regarding what y'all about to get into, you gotta stick to that. Girls love to just start catching feelings and start wanting that nigga to be something more and stuff like that. Sometimes it does happen to niggas, but you know, from experience and from hanging out with women every day, it's mostly women that I see just going out of line. Don't get jealous. Let me just take that back, because you will get jealous. But when you do get jealous, either you make that nigga your boyfriend so you actually have a reason to be jealous and to demonstrate it, or you keep suffering in silence and you don't let anybody see it. And it's a hard truth, because it's like, you don't expect to become that jealous type or to become territorial about your shit, about that dick you don't want to share around, you know what I'm saying? But whether you like it or not, you just develop that attachment, and it's very disgusting, but it happens to the best of us. You gotta look at that nigga like an extra in your life and not an actual belonging, if that makes sense. If you see him as an extra and people think that you see him as an extra, first of all, people are not going to have anything to talk about because there's not going to be anything to say. And second, well, if you actually do believe it that they're only an accessory, then you end up just being okay with it, type of shit. You are allowed to see other people. You're allowed to see other people. I don't know why women love to put themselves restrictions and shit like that, like they belong to that person, or like they're trying to demonstrate that they're that faithful girl and stuff like that. And often happens when you catch feelings for that nigga, you just trying to prove that, you know, you're that bitch, like you're that girl. Cuff me. You really gotta stay focused, girl. You're allowed to see other people. Like I said, boundaries can be established to begin with so that everybody's, you know, happy. But don't forget that you are not in a relationship. You are allowed to flirt, and you're allowed to, you know, look around and see if there's anything you like, any snacks, because you're not in a relationship. Don't be trying to prove that you're okay with something that you're not okay with just to look tough. You know what I'm saying? If you get into some shit, some entanglement, and at first you're very comfortable with it and you're good and everything is tight, everything is perfect, and then the more you get into it, the more uncomfortable you become, get the fuck out. You know? Get the fuck out. Like, you're not trying to prove nothing to nobody, and you're allowed to change your mind. Once you get into something with that nigga, it's not a competition of who's gonna stand down first or who's gonna last the longest. Like, it's literally day by day. You guys both want to share that experience. If ever you're tired of it, or for whatever reason you don't want to have it anymore, then you're free to go whenever you want. You don't have to be okay with all the shit that's happening. Like, if ever you guys set boundaries to begin with, or rather at that point you're not comfortable with those boundaries, you're allowed to get out whenever you want. If you stay to just prove something, you'll be the one losing. Trust me, trust me, trust me. I've been there, done that. It's the worst thing you can do. Don't be fronting, don't be faking for nobody, because don't nobody suffer more than you. Another thing that I want to add is that dates are super risky. As much as you guys enjoy each other's presence and whatever, if you don't want to catch feelings for that person, if you want it to remain minimal, I would avoid all the extra shit, going out on dates and spending more time together than necessary, because whether you want it or not, you're gonna develop an attachment to that person, and that's where all the feelings and shit gets mixed up. Jealousy and possessiveness and all that shit that you don't want whenever you get into like something that you want to keep minimal with somebody, you know what I mean? You might want to be going through those experiences with somebody, and you don't necessarily want to be in a relationship with them. You just want to experience shit, but it's risky is all I'm saying. Girls just love to catch feelings. I don't know why we love that shit so much. I'm just saying, like, I'm just warning y'all, like, dates are risky. You don't gotta claim that nigga. Oh, you know him? No, the fuck I don't. No, the fuck I don't. He is not your boyfriend. Like I said, he's your boo, but he's not your boo, and not your boo is stronger. So you don't gotta claim that nigga elsewhere, okay? Personally, when I get into something, that I don't want to push. I tell my girls, I tell my sister, and that's it. Like, don't nobody else need to know. And if ever like he decides to talk to his boys, which he's totally allowed to, you know what I mean? Like, he's allowed to talk to other people around him if he wants to talk about it. But if ever these people or other people that heard about it come to you and be like, oh, so you fucking with him? You do not owe anybody any explanation. Lie. Girl, lie. You do not owe anybody that satisfaction of knowing your business. Just talking opens the door to so many other questions. Oh, so what y'all doing? Y'all talk? Oh, but I heard he fucking with her. I thought that you was with him. It's kind of confusing because shut the fuck up. Ain't none of that shit your business. You don't owe anybody no explanation, no nothing. Especially if you're not trying to put a title to it. Like, why should you even explain to other people what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? Like, nobody business but mine and my boo thing. You feel me? You feel me? Do not let him get into your head as long as you are not his girlfriend. Because do not get me wrong, even if you get into some shit like that, it can eventually turn into something beautiful. Like, you guys can literally you guys can literally start loving each other and become a couple, which is totally fine. You found love and shit. But only then can he get into your head talking about you can't do this, you can't do that. I don't like it when you do this, I don't like it when you do that. Only then. If he didn't ask you to be his girlfriend, he does not have a single say. Him talking about, oh, I don't like it when you go on dates, or that nigga my op, don't talk to him, oh this, oh that, oh I don't like it that you fuck with it. Hey, boo-boo, honey, love, I'm not your girl. As long as you don't put a title on his head, put a ring on this motherfucking finger, I'm allowed to do whatever the fuck I want. Don't even let him say shit. Not about your hair, not about your outfit, not about your friends, not about who you decide to fuck with, not about who you decide to kiss, not about who you decide to go out with. They do not have a single say. And niggas love to do that. When they see that you're starting to have a soft spot for them, they exploit that shit. They try to see how far they can go in getting to control you or getting to control your environment and shit like that. I don't know why they like to do that, but they be doing that. Do not let a nigga that hasn't wifed you get into your head about anything at all. If you're not my boyfriend, you don't get to tell me any type of shit. And if you don't like what I do, then no. And lastly, be careful. Be careful, girl, please. We like that rah-rah shit. I would say that first. We like that rah-rah shit, okay? We like that candy with no wrapper. We like that shit, you know, skin to skin and shit like that. And that's fine. But I heard some stories. I've been through some shit, you guys. Some niggas are just foul as fuck. Like, they're gonna go ahead and fuck anything that's moving, raw, no condom, no nothing, then come back to you and fuck you. You know, that pH is fragile, honey. Like, you don't want to mess that shit up. It is a risk that you're taking whenever you fucking somebody raw. You know, it is a risk because it's like that person doesn't belong to you. They owe you respect, but some niggas just don't have that notion of respect. It is a risk that you're taking when you're doing that nasty. Even you, like, out of respect for your own head and for respect for the other person, if you're planning on fucking somebody else, especially if you're gonna do it with no condom with the other person, I feel like your partner should know. Your boo who's not your boo should know. That was today's class about your boo that's not your boo. Please be careful with your hearts, ladies. There's too many fuck niggas out here. Too many people ready to make fools out of us and shit like that and break our hearts. So just please be careful. Thank you so much for tuning in. I noticed that I gained a bunch of subscribers. Welcome. Hi. So happy to see you. I'm Sankya. I hope you guys like my channel. I hope you guys appreciate my content. More shit coming through. You guys know I'm always working. If ever there's a specific subject that you want me to cover, please do not hesitate. Put it in the comment section. I'm very responsive. Stream my music. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. I'm very active. Please do not hesitate to talk to me. I'm gonna see you guys in my next video.